I'm now here for my Sugar Nunez versus Christopher Diaz-Velez full card predictions and breakdowns. Let's get right into them then, starting with the Luis Castillo return after his defeat in his last fight. But we don't know who he's fighting. I'm having to get all of these fights off of bloody BoxRec because the Matchroom website isn't showing any of them that's on the card. Very poor stuff. And yeah, BoxRec isn't saying that Luis Castillo currently has an opponent. I do hope he will still be on this card. I mean, surely he will be. But yeah, he is coming off a rough loss. But, I mean, I'm guessing they're going to put him up against the guy who he is going to beat. He needs to get some momentum going again. You know, you would have thought he was going to be one of the top guys in the minimum weight division. But, yeah, it didn't go well for him last time out whatsoever at all. Yeah, he needs a win here. He got dropped in his last one as well. But yeah, back in Mexico, he should win. He's probably going to be giving someone on a silver plate we should beat. So yeah, that's all I have to say on that because we've been given literally next to none information on it. Very poor stuff from Matchroom. Poor card as well. We then get George Lugo Costa versus Jesus Lopez Perez. Any of them had middle names in their names on this card. I think George Lugo Costa will win this fight. Yeah, let's be honest here again. I wanted to see him up against someone better. You know, again, George Lugo Costa's 16-0. You know, he's been building his way up recently, which has been good to see. He's a guy who has good power. I expect him to get a stoppage win here as well. To be completely honest, George Lugo Costa, I expect him to get a stoppage win. But yeah, look, he's against the guy who is 16 wins and 16 losses. You know, it's very poor stuff that we are seeing here from George Lugo Costa. Very poor stuff. I expect him to get a stoppage. You know, Jesus Lopez Perez, you know, durable here and there, but should get stopped. Yeah, it's poor. It's poor matchmaking. Yeah, I'm not too impressed. I'm not going to lie. I'm really not too impressed by this at all. And I don't think there are many people who are. I don't think there are many people who are overly impressed by what we're seeing here. But yeah, it is what it is. We've got what we've got. I'm going to say George Lugo Costa should win this in the early rounds. That's my prediction. Anyway, then we go to Yoeli Mosqueda versus German Barrias. I think Yoeli Mosqueda is going to win this fight. I'm going to say that he gets a stoppage win. Again, he is a guy with good power. He should win. He should win. I feel like he is entertaining to watch as well, Mosqueda. He is good. I think overall puts his shots together very nicely, works angles well. I feel like he's very smart with his counters. He's always moving as well, Yoeli Mosqueda. He's always moving. He is going to be a problem, and people are soon going to be hearing his name a lot more. I really like what I see from him. I really do like what I see from Yoeli Mosqueda. You know, always moving, always confusing. He's got a very good and awkward Mexican style where he's able to take that front foot, but comes forward. And, you know, he's not coming forward just taking shots on the gloves, always constantly moving. And he's got, you know, just got that extra bit of awkwardness to that Mexican style. He's pretty unique, in my opinion, Mosqueda. I do like him. And I feel like he should win this fight pretty simply, to be honest with you. Barrias, 17 wins, 7 losses. But he hasn't been knocked out, though, Barrias. So he is tough. He is durable. I don't think there's going to be lows coming back from Barrias, though. That's the thing. There won't be lows coming back from him. Mosqueda will win this pretty simply, though. I think Mosqueda will be the first guy to stop Barrias. Again, he's got power. He's awkward. He's going to be able to catch him onto something when he's coming forward. He'll back him up, be able to offload. I'm going to say stoppage. But, yeah, again, I really like what I've been seeing so far in Mosqueda's career. And people are going to hear about this guy more. I know for a fact they will. Anyway, then we go to Pedro Guevara versus Adrian Curiel. This is actually a good fight. I'm looking forward to this one. This is a good fight. I'm going with Pedro Guevara to win this fight against Adrian Curiel. I'm going to say Pedro Guevara wins this on points. Again, Pedro Guevara, very nice phase attacks he's got. Very, very, very nice phase attacks. Again, he's someone who's unique for a Mexican. A very unique Mexican style. Light on the balls of his feet. Very good in and out. He doesn't really let you rest. I really like what we saw from him against Andrew Maloney. Didn't go well for him against Bam whatsoever, but that's Bam Rodriguez. He was caught when he was coming in. Bam's timing just on a different level. But again, Pedro Guevara, more experienced what Curiel is. But again, Curiel's someone that will be able to come forward and cause them problems here and there. But he's there to be here. And Pedro Guevara, with the phase attacks that he's got, in and out, in and out, in and out, working angles, he's going to be there for Pedro Guevara to really work his phase attacks on very nicely. But with Curiel, he could have a style which could tire out Guevara. He could tire him out. So, and I do think Guevara in ways, I feel like against Maloney, kind of let things go towards the end of the fight. So I think that's where he could slow if he goes the distance. And I feel like Curiel's got a style which can slow him down, definitely. But overall, I feel like Pedro Guevara is going to be able to do enough to win this fight. I don't see him losing it. But again, it's interesting. It's an intriguing fight. I think it's definitely the best fight on the card. Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, it is. The true main event. No, to be fair, Sugar Nunez's box office, to be honest. But yeah, overall competitiveness, this is a good fight. And then we get to our actual main event. Sugar Nunez versus Christopher Diaz-Velez. I am going with a Sugar Nunez mid-round knockout. Sugar Nunez's box office, as I said, ridiculous power, 27 knockouts at 28 wins. It came to an end for him, the knockout streak against Rikishi in his last one, though. It did. But again, Rikishi, very difficult guy to pin down, he was. But Sugar Nunez was getting the better of him, landing the biggest shots, able to back him up, constantly coming forward. We then go to Diaz-Velez, who's been in there, with the likes of Navarrete, Shakur Stevenson. He's been in there with some good names, to be honest, Diaz-Velez. So this isn't his first time going up against, a tough, elite world level guy. It's a different kind of style fight for Diaz-Velez because Diaz-Velez is someone who likes to be on the front foot. Not many people can push him off the front foot, sorry. Sugar Nunez will. Sugar Nunez is taking the front foot in this fight. And I get the impression that Diaz-Velez might want to fight fire with fire here and there with Sugar Nunez. Not that he wants to, but he's going to have to. Diaz-Velez will have to eventually fight fire with Sugar Nunez. And this isn't going to end well for Christopher Diaz-Velez whatsoever. Diaz-Velez might look to box behind the jab. He might really want to be active behind that jab in this fight. That's what he's going to have to be. He's going to really have to be active behind that jab. But he's eventually going to be in a firefight. Sugar Nunez is eventually going to break him down. I feel like Sugar Nunez can finish him to the body. Or what Sugar Nunez does very well, though, is he sets traps to the body a lot. And then comes upstairs when you're just not expecting it at all and just completely lays you out. That could be something that happens here. It wouldn't surprise me if Sugar Nunez ends it with a brutal body shot. I might even go there and call it, to be honest with you. Sugar Nunez will break him. Diaz-Velez won't like fighting fire with Sugar Nunez. And Sugar Nunez is just he's got a very uncomfortable start for Diaz-Velez. I mean, again, someone with Diaz-Velez, you never know, with the experience he's got as well. It could be interesting to try and see him fighting a bit of fire with fire here and there. And Sugar Nunez is also someone who likes to fight in the front foot. So again, it's something that in ways could definitely test Sugar Nunez. I feel like he could be tested here. That is something that is interesting. But Sugar Nunez has just got too much power. He's too dangerous for Diaz-Velez. And Diaz-Velez, he's not even in his prime years anymore either. So I don't really like this for him. I am going with a Sugar Nunez mid-round knockout. Anyway, that's my predictions then for this full card. Not a great card, is it? But, main two fights, very good. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Speak to you on the next one.